Well, I think first thing learners do to overcome shyness is number one, practice regularly. It's very important for you to practice regularly. The more you practice, the more you learn, right? So that is very, very important. Number two, you should expand your vocabulary, right? Try to learn new words and try to use these words too. And number three, I would say that, set realistic goals. What I mean is that you should try to hold small conversations. Talk to your friends, but don't hold long conversations. Long conversations, well, might not be possible in the beginning if you are feeling shy. So I think you should hold small conversation, talk. And number four, what you can do is you can join a language club. It's what happens in language club. The learners come together and they practice their English. They talk to each other. So that is very important. And number four, you should try public speaking too. Don't feel shy. And number five, I would say that you should seek positive feedback, constructive feedback. So constructive feedback is very important too, right? You can ask somebody who's better than you, somebody who speaks better English than you. That person can be your teacher, can be your mentor, can be anyone, and seek their feedback. And I think these things are very important if you really wish to, remove your shyness. And I think we would like to hear it from Vishal sir too. What do you think?
Yeah, of course, sir. I think you've said very
Yeah.
well. All your points are very important for our learners too. Well, I think the same, right? I mean, first thing is again, as you rightly said, practice, right? So practice is important. It's about spending time with language. What happens is, let's say you have a friend and you want to know him more. What do? You spend time with him.
Right.
Language works the same way. So
Uh-huh.
by practicing, we mean that we should spend time with language. How do you spend time with language? By coming up with the challenging topics. So I also mentioned you should challenge yourself, you should do public speaking. Of course, you should, definitely. And before that, you should just also pick up the topics that you can discuss with your friend, right? For example, what I used to do, sir, when I was studying, when I wanted to overcome shyness while speaking, I used to pick up challenging topics, very easy topics though, but the topics where you both, you and your friend both have points to talk to. For example, money versus luck, hard work versus luck, right? Kinds of topic, any GD topic you can pick up from the world. It should be something that you discuss with different.
I think one more
That's
thing I
what.
would advise you to improve your language and to remove your shyness is
Correct.
that you should watch English content, good content,
Correct.
English content, right?
Yes.
Watch English movies, right? And listen to good speakers of English, right? So I think modern world, and I think it's a technology driven world.
Yeah.
So I think YouTube, you can use YouTube too, right? Try
Right.
to watch English movies. That's very, very important.
Well,
And
we did
and
not have. We
yeah,
did not
we didn't have. Yeah,
remember.
when we were growing up,
Yeah,
I
we
think
didn't have.
YouTube was not there. So I think now you're fortunate enough that you have these things too.
Right. I bought a cassette those days, sir. Mysterious Girl.
Right.
And the songs I used to listen to all the time. Anyways,
When I started my language
yeah.
teaching journey,
Yeah.
I used to buy cassettes. Those days
Can you
audio
do that?
cassettes were available. Now I would
Absolutely.
buy these cassettes and use these cassettes in my classroom.
Uh,
And I think now we don't need these cassettes. So everything is available
on
online.
that.
And I think it is easier to learn, the language today. Easier to learn English language
Correct.
today. So
Absolutely.
I think this is what I have to say. So
Right. Absolutely. It's something like which I also used to do. I'm telling you a couple of things which I did, and Sarah has done too. I used to call my friends, and I used to speak to them only in English.
right,
Over the phone conversation, you also build up the that confidence level that you can talk to people in English language over the phone too. It's equally important.
right,
There are two things that you can do. Either if you really want to, get that environment of language, either you can go to Britain, buy a ticket, and go there, work with native speakers, talk to them, or listen to the native speaker as much as you can,
absolutely.
read good books, and just remember, once you mention thinking in English, does it also help?
For thinking in English helps, but the big question is how do you think in English? That's a question everybody
Correct.
asks. So I think what you should do is you should expose yourself to this language, right?
Yes.
As they say, sometimes they say, eat, breathe, and drink English. Well, I'm just joking. What I mean is that what you can do is see whatever you watch in English, listen to English music, watch
Right.
English movies, try to speak in English.
Yes.
What goes in comes out too, right? If
Sure.
24 hours you are, speaking in your first language, you are, listening to everything in your first language, So
Correct.
it would be a little difficult for you to,
Yeah.
be good at your second language. For if you want to be good at English, so immerse yourself in the language. That's what I mean to say.
I'd like to add a point here, sir.
Yeah.
Very well that you reminded that you should listen to the native speakers. You should listen to them.
Mm.
Right after listening, there's a one important exercise I think our listeners should practice.
Mm.
Question, right? Question yourself. Like, if I were him,
Mhm.
if I were the speaker, or if not, then what would be your opinion? Something like that. If you do this kind of
Just to add to this, see, there are some excellent non-native speakers too. You can
course.
listen to them, right?
Of course.
See, the news readers,
Yeah.
okay, newscasters we have, and we have many good politicians who speak very well. So listen
Right.
to those people as well, people who speak good English.
Absolutely right.
And it's gonna help, right?
It's gonna help.
Yeah.
So there are many ways to practice overcome shyness. And number one, spend time in the language. Let it be the natural language for you. You speak naturally and confidently.
That's right.
Speak as much as you can, read as much as you can, and listen as much as you can. Does this work?
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Great talking to you.
Thank you.